Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and I want to talk a little bit about AMD, NVIDIA, and graphics cards. Ever since AMD announced the 6700 XT, NVIDIA launched the 3060 with the cryptocurrency, halver basically for cryptocurrencies. And then there's been a rumor out, I think on WCCF Tech that I read that AMD is also looking at limiting mining on their graphics cards. I started thinking, is this really that they have the focus on people that want to play games, or is there another motive behind here? And since I've been spending a whole bunch of time thinking about this, I really think that it is in the not to have gamers have GPUs. I would much rather see, personally, is that all the chips that they make just go into gaming graphics cards, outside of their server side stuff, and just for us, right, the desktop side, to make that all in the gaming GPUs. Yes, I understand miners are going to get them, and we're going to have to fight for them if you really want a graphics card. And I do a little bit of mining, but not real. I'd rather play game, and I really would like a new graphics card to be able to play that game. Haven't been able to get one, but not for lack of trying. And I've been looking at it and thinking about it. If we were able to get those all the graphics cards at some point, let's say mining goes down, which it has every single time so far. We have a mining boom and then it drops off. So if that were to happen, we'd have a secondary market flooded with GPUs that then we could pick up for a discount, which I actually like. I think that's a great idea, which would be really helpful. I do have some other computers that I'm, putting together for some, family, friends, and other people that I love to be able to put a better graphics card in, and I just haven't had the ability to because I can't get a hold of them. So they're getting some of these older. I got some 240s sticking around here. I got a 950 as well, that 2 gigabyte card that I'll probably throw in there for them to use. But if they want to do some light gaming, they can. They really can't really push it beyond that. And if you were to, if it were to go down and flood the market, it would also drop the prices for these companies. And AMD and NVIDIA really want to keep their margins high and keep a constant sale of graphics cards going forward. So if they can get these mining GPUs out, guess what? That's a way to also keep that high graphics card price where, I really don't want to spend more than 500 and some dollars on the graphics card. Here it is. I'm looking at the 6700 XT, if it's ever in stock, or something around that $500 mark that I can pick up, upgrade my system a little bit, and go from there. But I just cannot find stock. And if they put, manufacturing wise, unless they're going to, well, even on an older node, they could be manufacturing like, the 2000 series, the 1000 series, the 5700 or 5600 X's, and keep manufacturing those as well, put those in the market and keep them so that even if a gamer wants to, they could pick up one of those temporarily to be able to play a game. Here instead, they're taking stuff and creating a whole new lineup for mining cards, which then kind of make sure that they can silo it off because those cards aren't going to work for gaming at all later on. When I basically when mining goes down, so what are you going to do with those, right? And I don't really like e-waste to begin with. And that's one thing I'd rather have stuff repairable, especially with phones and laptops. But also in a desktop, if you just now have a graphics card that you can't really use, besides maybe a unique situation where you can do computational compute on it. Okay, well, now you have basically a useless graphics card all around your house if you're mining capability. And maybe that's okay for huge mining farms, but I'm guessing for somebody that just wants to grab a graphics card and go forward, that's not really going to be there for you. And then let's say you want to buy a graphics card, you're spending a little bit more, but then you figure I can mine on it on my off time when I'm not playing a game or not using the computer and make some of that money back. Well, now NVIDIA, and if AMD goes through with this mining limiter as well, no, you need to go buy the mining card if you really want to be able to do it. So it's kind of hurting the gamer as well on that side. So secondary market hurt, the new market, higher prices, trying to keep that higher price continuing. And then also, if you want to try to make some of your money back, or try to make some money on it, you can't do that either. And the more and more I think about this, I, I'm trying to look for the good side in it, the way that they're really trying to help out gamers. And I guess the good side, just off on the surface is, hey, we're trying to make only cards only for you, but at the same time, we're taking away supply later on in all these other areas. And the more I dive into it, it's really trying to make sure that gamers, which are willing to upgrade, especially if you give them a product that improves their gaming experience, they're willing to go after an update and to make sure that each upgrade cycle stays at $1,200 for that basic graphics card for that 3080. I really think that NVIDIA wants that 3080 Ti, or something in that range of 4080 Ti, that 80 class GPU, to be above $1,000. And they were really excited when they got to do that with the 2080 Ti. And now that's kind of going away, and they like to bring that back. So we'll see how this goes going forward. But like I'm looking at, like I said, I'm looking at some of these new graphics cards, maybe a 3070, the 6700 XT, and I plan on paying, MSRP for it. If it's not MSRP, uh, I don't think I'm gonna pay much over MSRP at all. Let's say it's got a custom cooler on it that costs a little bit more. Yeah, I'm willing to pay that $10, $20 extra, $30. I'm not paying $400 extra because you can get a card, right? And you can have it today. That's just not, I, I just can't, I just don't feel good about buying that. So it kind of really deters me to going and looking, even though I still do it every day, trying to find a graphics card to do this. And we'll see how March 18th turns out with the 6700 XT release. But I'm really hoping that since the 6700 XT comes out, AMD can produce more of those GPUs because they're a smaller die than the 6800s and the 6900s. So then that way, hopefully, that they can get more cars in the market as well. I would like them to come out with this a little bit earlier. However, based upon their schedules, they weren't able to get it out. And with all the manufacturing capacity stuff that there is, and how many chips are being manufactured from everything from cars, Apple, mobile semiconductors, etc., at TSMC's, gosh, they just got to be, they're book busy, right? So let me know what you think about the mining limiters, what AMD's and NVIDIA are doing here, trying to basically prevent cards getting into miners' hands, but at the same time, it kind of feels like that they're stabbing gamers in the back to making sure a long-term game is they can keep the prices higher. You don't have that secondary market amount of cards that you could have with the mining GPUs when a mining boom um, falls out. And it kind of makes it disappointing because I'm okay with a used card. I've bought used cards before. They work. And I'm willing to take a chance on them. And if that market is smaller because of items, of things that AMD and NVIDIA did, it kind of makes it even harder to get, even an upgrade path, right? For users that don't want to spend money for a brand new one, you give them an update path. You're actually moving that technology forward, and I think that would be actually a good thing for NVIDIA and AMD to get them into that ray tracing, get them into that next generation DLSS that they want to have, so that they can really push this on the gaming side, so people upgrade and more people can take advantage of it and see there is a benefit to it, um, and kind of improvement that way. But it seems like they're not really pushing even that tech side of it either, with limiting the how many cards they're gonna put in the that everyone can get, versus and having a mining side too. So that's a little bit of my thoughts on this. Let me know what your thoughts are as well. Hopefully I don't have another idea here while I'm getting to the closeout of this video, but it's really kind of disheartening to me, I would say, that we just don't kind of flood the market as much as they can with the GPUs. I understand that there's a risk of oversupply, but in the end, that's for a company to worry about, not us. I'd rather have oversupply because it drives down prices for us to kind of get those GPUs, and I'm all for that, right? As a consumer, I want to pay as little as possible. So I also get the company side that they want to make as much as possible. But there's a balancing act there. So leave your comments below what you guys think, and until next time, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for helping support Graverlo and helping this channel grow. I really appreciate it. Until next time, God bless, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.